Tonia Bleuer comes to us from our leadership program. Right now, she's acting interim at-large director. She is the chair of the Michigan Industrial Indian Boarding School, and she has been keenly responsible on keeping us committee members on task according to the projects. And she's going to start us with our keynote introduction today. So at this time, Tonia Bleuer.
Thank you, Frank. Welcome everyone that's here. We really appreciate your attendance and support. And I'm just going to try to keep it brief and give you an update of what's been going on with the boarding school committee since last year at this time. We have become a sanctioned committee, graciously by tribal council support. And we have had a strategic action plan for the next 3 years in place as far as trying to decide what we will do with the property. Obviously, we need to preserve it and protect it, and then start trying to search for grants and funding to help us accomplish our goals. I know it was mentioned earlier about possibly a monument with the children's names, and that has been suggested to us previous. Anybody that has any types of suggestions or direction for us, there are some brochures right over here on this table, and our contact information is on the back here. You can email us, you can call us. We have a link on our website, at the SAG-CHIP website. We have a link so that you can keep updated on what's going on, and we'd be more than happy to hear any of your suggestions. The other things that we have been doing is we did take a visit to Lac du Flambeau in Wisconsin last year. They did a similar project as far as renovating one of their boarding school buildings, so we went over there and got some guidance from them of the to-dos and the to-don'ts. We're also partnering with Central Michigan University. We're really thankful for that. We have a field school going on, and if you would like to see a demonstration of the ground penetrating radar and some things like that, we will be doing that after lunch, I think until about 3 o'clock. We're also in conjunction with the city of Mount Pleasant and the public schools and things like that as far as trying to get permission to do some other groundwork, non-invasive. We also have submitted some grants, and we're waiting on the confirmation of those, whether we were accepted or not. We have been doing a structural assessment. I know Frank mentioned that some of the buildings are very unstable, so before we would decide what we're going to do, we need to see which buildings are able to have anything done with them and what their purpose would be. So we are in the phase 1 of that. We also have been doing botanical surveys, and that's quite interesting as far as it lets us know the types of plants that were planted back in the boarding school era that would be indicative of grave sites, because we still are trying to find where the children that we do know that have perished, we're not able to locate where they all are as far as their resting place. So we are trying to search for that. We had some film series that went on in February, and we're going to be doing that again in the fall. One of our main goals is to be educating and making people aware. There are still so many people out there that have no idea that this ever took place in the United States with the boarding schools. We also have been doing some fundraisers, as mentioned earlier. We're having a silent auction over here, and the funds will help the MIPS committee to accomplish their goals. And we will be, our next steps, besides continuing to seek out grants and do fundraisings and things like that, we're already in event planning for next year, and again, we're really thankful with CMU's help. We are also still researching for more students. One of our committee members has been very diligent in doing that, and she is in the 1920s, so she still has maybe about 10 years to go, so possibly the number still could continue to rise. Thank you, Ruby. So that was my update. Again, thank you for being here, and I will turn it back over to Frank.
Leave it to Ruby to keep us on task. 1922 and counting.